So like a public bar and a saloon bar in a pub, the public bar would be where the workers would go. So normally you would have just like, they used to call it like spit and sawdust. You would have just like sawdust on the floor. Whereas the saloon bar might have actually had carpet and it'd be like, even up until like, maybe like fairly recently, like the 70s even, or maybe like 80s even, like there was still that separation. Maybe not sawdust on the floor, but there was like...
So who's the saloon for?
So the saloon would be like maybe a bit more middle class people or not, or you just weren't allowed in there in like your work boots. Whereas the other bar...
Or you might have to be invited in there.
Maybe even, yeah. Right. But the other bar, and drinks were cheaper in the public bar as well. And there's a pub in Allsett that's still, maybe not as of now, but my mate James used to work there maybe 10, 15 years ago, and they still had cheaper drinks in the public bar, even though it was the same by now. Like, and it like, I think she would still be though. Like, you can't, you ain't going in there in your work boots. Like, if you did come in your work boots.
So when you go to like an old pub and it's, I don't know, there's like 2 separate rooms, that's probably the case.
Yeah, it would still be that. Like, yeah.
Because sometimes you get pubs where the bar, it's one bar, but it goes round into two separate rooms.
That would be what it'd be.
Like, you can serve on either side of the bar.
Yeah, and you might even still see it like, like sometimes they have like, like stained glass almost, and it might say in it, public saloon written on it. You just haven't noticed.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And but yeah, in this pub in Allsett where they still did it, he still had to, it would be like 7p cheaper or something. Like so ridiculous in the public bar. And she would make him
just
like...
to keep the tradition
going.
Yeah,
and he had to work it out in his head. He had to work out these like obscure... So it'd be like £2.38 a pint. He'd be like,
£2.38 a pint, eh?
Probably stoned out his head as well, yeah. Yeah, mate.
Well, welcome to Curios Cast, episode 96.
96.
Pub special,
yeah. No, we're going to be talking about weird news stories. We've got lots of weird news stories.
Well, quick fire
weird news stories.
Robbie's going to be at the centre.
It's been 3 months since we've done weird news, I think.
What was Quick Draw McGraw? That just came to my head.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Was he a cartoon? I think it was a cartoon character called Quick Draw McGraw.
Oh, I was thinking maybe that's like an old-timey cowboy.
Okay.
Like back in cowboy days. That's like Billy the Kid.
Quick Draw
McGraw.
Was it like Yosemite Sam?
What would your cowboy name be? I'm putting you on the spot, but
I don't know. Yeah, I want something cool like Quick Draw.
Something good.
Because George the Prick.
Rosie asked me the other day what my wrestling name would be.
Yeah,
and I couldn't think. I couldn't think of anything on the spot.
It's quite hard though. That's what trying to come up with a band name, isn't it? Like people probably spend years coming up with a good wrestling name.
Yeah.
I'd be like Justice Jeans. I'd be like a lawman.
That's quite good. Yeah, that's quite good.
I come into town in my feather duster, in my leather duster.
So is this the cowboy?
Cowboy,
not the wrestler, because it could also be a wrestler.
I'll be
like a lawyer gimmick.
It could be
Justice James.
So it could be both. Yeah, Justice, and then eventually they're just shorten it to just Justice.
Justice, yeah.
That's
actually quite good.
That's good. That.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah. What about your cowboy name?
I've been thinking for the past 45 seconds. I can't.
Bushy top Bill.
Bushy top Bill.
That's your cowboy name.
Yeah. Curly Burly.
Yeah.
That's a wrestler name.
Curly
Burly.
You'd have to be like the Dread.
The Dreadnought.
Dreadnought.
Now, what's that fucking thing that used to take the piss out of me? Rush Trent.
Rush Trent. Yeah. Brilliant. That's a good question. I enjoyed that.
You're welcome.
Listener, what would your cowboy name?
Comment below.
Yeah.
I've got a crazy video I want to show you.
Oh.
I'm hoping it will load.
Have we got to come over there? We've got a crowd round.
No, I'm gonna flip it round and hopefully it buffers. It's an event called the Open Pipe Royal Rumble. Warning, extremely loud sound.
Open pipe.
What the fuck? Yeah, definitely turn it down a bit. You're going with the mute there. There you go.
What the hell?
So they've got these bikes. They look like sort of motocross, dirt bike type things.
Like scramblers.
Yeah, with massive pipes, open pipes, I guess. So the bike, and they're like backfiring it. So they're revving it up.
Really exhaust.
And putting their ears and face like super close to the pipe of the bike. And there's a bit...
That looks like they're trying to... that looks a bit like the Shrovetide football, where they were like trying to
Are they like fighting each other off with it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, they're like gathered in a circle, like pointing the back end of their bikes at each other. So they've got like 2 or 3 people holding up a motorbike and then pointing the back of it in someone's face.
It's bizarre. That guy's really going mental, isn't he?
Yeah, he seems to be like really wanting to,
he
like
wants,
be in the face of it as opposed to like get it out of my
this
face.
first guy's like laying on the floor, just taking it in his mouth. And
is it like they're trying to show how
your eardrums,
how
like
hard, how solid they are?
Just
who can stand there alone? What is the point? Like, where is there like any context? Is there like a mythos behind it?
No.
And was it called? It was called the Raging Pipe.
Pipe to pipe Bushmen. They call the people that compete in it. That's what they call them.
It was open pipe Royal Rumble. I mean, that's just what this random person on Reddit's called it.
The Raging Pipe. That could be a wrestler name. The Raging Pipe.
Pipe to pipe Bushman got me as well. What is that? Alan Partridge? Is that Vic and Bob?
It's Brass Eye or Day to Day.
That's it. Yeah.
Some of the comments on here, someone's like, do these guys know there's a lot more fun things you could do with a motorbike? I got a motorbike. What's the fun thing we could do? Like, fucking blow our eardrums out.
Actually, is that also like not good for the motorbike as well? Like,
probably not.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, I imagine.
Yeah.
And whereabouts was that? Sorry,
Reddit.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like no more information flicking through these comments. It's just people saying this is dumb. I can't find anything. It was on the crazy fucking videos subreddit.
Yeah. And what was it? Super pipe. No, I can't. I honestly, I didn't hear.
It's open pipe Royal Rumble.
Okay, open pipe. Super.
That wasn't good. The other one.
But I don't know if that's the official name of it. It's just.
What was the first massive pipe?
No, I don't know what you said.
But I feel like that was a much better name than open pipe.
Oh, Raging Pipe.
Raging Pipe. Raging Pipe. And the rest of it, I've already forgotten the rest
Super
of it.
Pipe.
No.
The Raging Pipe Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Raging Pipe.
That's what it should be.
Sounds so much better.
That's what it should be,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Not much more to say. Contact.
Thanks, quick fire. Next.
Go George, weird news.
Shit.
Or something.
Shit. Well, I've got... I wanted to ask whether you recognise this guy, because I feel like we've spoken about him before.
Okay. Yes, I do.
This guy.
No.
Oh.
No. More for Tom, because I think we discussed the guy who was like tattooing, like body modifications.
Yeah, we did have a body modification episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Was I not in it?
No. Yeah. It was the same episode.
When you tried to take your van into orbit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, episode 52, I think. Don't know.
Thank you, Anorak.
It was the same episode, though, that we spoke about that boy who only ate Richmond sausages.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing more to say about that.
Yeah.
But so this is the world's most modified man, apparently. So I was trying to think whether it is the same guy.
That's a cool wrestler name.
Yeah.
Modified.
Marcelo B-Boy.
Modified man is,
Marcelo B-Boy is his name.
Modified man is like a sort of like, like, it wouldn't be their name, but that's what like the commentators would say. It's the modified man, he's coming out. Like Rick Newman, the modified man.
Well, yeah, because he's already got a nick, Marcelo B-Boy, the modified man.
Yeah, Marcelo B, here he comes, the modified man.
He's nailed it.
That's great. But anyway, he's the first person to have his hand surgically split in two.
Oh.
So he wanted to have like a devil claw.
Right.
I guess the idea was that the devil has like two big...
Oh, it's like hooves.
Yeah, no, but like he wanted two big claws.
Okay.
And then I guess the devil's got like a lobster claw.
Of the devil.
I know, I've never seen...
The devil does not have lobster claws. Yeah, hooves would be the devil.
Yeah.
In The Simpsons, the devil has got hooves for hands, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most common depiction of the devil, is that he's hooved.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. And like the hooves has like
hooves are two.
Yeah.
But wait, so what... explain.
But what does he have? He has lobster claws.
Well, to me, nothing really has changed.
Because you can just do that Star Trek
exactly.
thing.
Yeah. So you do the Star Trek thing, and everyone knows what that looks like.
So it's not that they've split something; they've sewn his fingers together.
So that's what they've done. They've just split they've basically cut, like the webbing bit in between your...
Oh, so he's got no webbing.
Yeah, and they've just like sort of removed that bit, I guess. So he can probably just bend...
But are his first finger and middle finger stuck together as well as his ring finger and pinky finger?
Like,
are they
stuck like that now?
Together?
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they've sewn those together. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got basically like shit lobster claw.
Yeah, so his first 2 fingers are stuck together, and his
Yeah.
last 2 fingers are stuck together. and then
The Star Trek thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's permanently Star Trek.
Permanently Star Trek.
Does he
Yeah.
know it's Star Trek?
Spocking.
Well, I don't know if he does. I don't know if he'd be.
I think more people associate that with Star Trek than the devil.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So the reason he's
Isn't
done
that
it.
They call that spocking.
Spocking.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
If you-
I think
like
that's what it is,
docking.
yeah.
If you can spock a
Spock or what? So the reason he's doing it is he wants to maintain his throne of being the world's most modified man.
Okay.
I don't know if that is.
What, so it's a Guinness World Record.
Yeah, there's no mention of a Guinness World Record.
I don't
here,
think
so-
Guinness give records for that because
No,
it's
they don't.
like
yeah.
not.
Mm.
They don't want to
Is-
encourage that behaviour.
Isn't it like an unofficial, like weird Guinness thing?
Oh,
though?
Ripley's,
Yeah.
believe it or not, they do like
They
weird
do
stuff.
more mental
Right,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
He might be in that. I'm not too
But was
sure.
there someone trying to compete with him then?
Doesn't say. No, I think it's just
We
He's
should
got
do
his
the
own-
Curios Awards. Like
who can.
he gets an award.
fool
Like, yeah,
yourself
we
otherwise.
give the awards to people that Guinness
Ah,
will not
okay, yeah.
officially
Yeah.
recognise.
Yeah. And it would just be something random
Copyright
we
that.
find.
Cut that out in case
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah, cut that.
But
Yeah.
the award will just be something we find in the studio, random. So it's like some bit of toot.
Those playing cards.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the guy had found someone to do it for free. So he just spoke to his friend. His friend said, "Yeah, I'll slice your hand open and sew your fingers together for free."
So it's sewn. It's not like super glued.
No, it's like you can see a bit more in this photo, which will be on the screen for people.
Well,
It looks like I don't really know how they've done it because it looks like they've had
But they haven't sewn his other fingers together.
there.
What do you mean there? They're fucking. He's got all 4 fingers apart there. You cunt.
Yeah, but on the other side, look. It looks like it's
You can see the split
together
more.
further
The
up.
split is more of a thing.
Yeah,
Show me again. You're just looking at it.
I'm just looking at it weird, I guess.
But he hasn't sewn his fingers together for sure. That's
It's just
definitely
deeper.
not what's
It's
happened.
just deeper than it maybe looks.
But the split looks more of a thing there.
Okay, yeah.
The
That's
split is
it.
more mental.
Oh yeah, true.
But surely, like,
Yeah.
even like I didn't think that bit of skin there is what's stopping me move my fingers apart.
No.
Like
No.
they just can't really do that anyway.
No,
Yeah, that string is not. There's not that much
String?
tension in
Nah,
that. The little bit of webbing.
string.
No, maybe there is.
Is that a
How
medical
much-
term?
Did
he
I
get-
say string?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said. True.
I meant to say skin.
Did he get in a better range of movement from it?
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? It does. It doesn't say anything about it. He's just very focused on being modified beyond
Okay.
belief.
Okay, so it's not about the functionality. is it?
No,
Well, good on him. He's
So he said-
achieved
yeah,
his goal.
yeah.
He has. Yeah,
he says
more than a lot.
they
of people
started
do.
out doing surgeries on the hand, removing excess oil and fat from the sides to make it slimmer.
On his what?
From the sides, so I'm assuming like around where they were going to split. They were just making it
Who does he
thinner.
get to do
and-
surgery on this?
just his mate.
Oh, this was his mate
For free, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I guess his mate must do like body modification.
I assume so. It must be. Yeah.
Not just like one of his mates, like Keith from down the pub, like just have a bash at it.
Yeah, with a hacksaw.
Yeah.
He says that he's got 98% of his body tattooed. So he's got quite a few of those like bumps. People get those bumps put under their skin.
Oh
You can see-
yeah, the
Let me see that.
subdermal
That's more of a.
And
like,
he's
implant.
got a split tongue, which is the guy that we talked about, Tom. I think he had the split tongue.
Mm,
And
yeah,
his eyeballs tattooed.
yeah. I think my dad knew someone
I
who
guess
split
that-
his tongue, but this was like
It doesn't
in the early 2000s. So
Okay.
before like people were posting about it and stuff, he just done
Yeah.
it for fun,
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
straight down the middle.
straight down the middle, like so he could
wasn't
move.
just for
his-
fun. What he wasn't generally modified. He just
I think he was a bit modified, but he wasn't like.
the most modified.
I feel
man.
like like now everybody knows about this kind of stuff. Like everybody has seen an article that's like this crazy lizard person has
Mm.
made
Yeah.
himself look crazy, and I don't know if that was the case like 20 years ago.
Yeah. He does actually say at the end that he doesn't feel any change regarding hand mobility. It's completely normal. So he hasn't gained anything, hasn't lost
I don't think
anything.
he's gained much at all. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't look that different.
No.
Yeah. Is he claiming he hasn't lost anything either?
Yeah, just the same. Like no difference.
So
Is
But
it?
when you
How does that count as
so
modified?
how? But yeah, if he modifies something,
so
it should be different.
yeah. However, he's not doing a permanent Trekkie, is he? Spock.
No. So
But it is
Even
different
less
because his
modified.
hand is fucked. So I guess it is,
yeah, but it's not. He said he hasn't gained or lost anything. So nothing's changed.
but it just looks different, doesn't it? I guess. Like, does he
Bit-
gain?
bit- does it?
Does he gain or lose anything from having like his face fully towed? So
Yeah, he gains an entirely different look.
Yeah, but he's now got like a lobster hand.
It really doesn't. No, but has he? He's just doing that. I can do that. Look, I ain't got my thing cut.
Yeah, but it's just more, isn't it? I think it's difficult because you can't really see because he's got his hand tattooed.
Then he's gained some movement.
Yeah, we'll have to look up like a video of this guy.
Yeah, because his hand's tattooed. You can't really see where his skin ends, like between his fingers and shit.
Right.
Like in that photo.
I've had enough of him now. Next.
All right.
Are you like the adjudicator?
Yeah. This is my role in this scenario.
Somebody texted in with a story.
Yes. Oh, I did have a story then.
It was Turkish Glenn.
Yeah. I like Turkish Glenn.
So you might have seen this story.
I never actually looked at it.
Okay.
I just saw the headline.
There's two identical twins that are both trying to get pregnant at the same time from the same man. So you've got these two lovely ladies here and the man in the middle.
Okay.
And
right.
basically they're both in a relationship with this man. So one of them is Anna, the other one is Lucy. They're both trying to get pregnant at the same time from the same man. Oh, they've got a joint Instagram as well. The pair of identical twins in Australia, known to do everything together, from dressing the same to go into the bathroom, are now trying to get pregnant at the same time. Perth residents Anna and Lucy.
When you say at the same time, like literally exactly the same time.
I don't know, actually. They're both 37. They went viral in 2021 for attempting to synchronize their pregnancies. Oh, so this is... I wonder if they've been successful, if that was 2 years ago. There's not much more. When she goes to the toilet, I come with her. When she has a shower, I come with her, Anna explained. You name it and we do it. We're never apart. I don't think we'd function without each other. We have separation anxiety. We're bound to each other. The inseparable twins have been a mainstay on the TLC show Extreme Sisters, which recently premiered its second season. Lynn
would know about these. She loves a bit of TLC.
Is she?
Yeah.
So yeah, we learned
I feel like we enjoyed that a lot more.
We learned from the internet.
Not pleasant either.
We learned from the internet that when your temperature goes up, you're ovulating. Lucy said in one of the.
I was going to say, I assume their ovulation is synced up because that's fairly common. And so with people that close, that'll happen.
Yeah. So in there's a scene in the show where the twins both take their temperatures before exclaiming, "We're the 3 degrees up. We're the 3 degrees up. We're ovulating. We're exactly the same." In the latest episode called Womb Mates, they decided
that's good.
They decided to practice being mums to what would be half siblings and first cousins by looking after baby dolls. Oh yeah, so they also
that'd be a head fuck,
have these baby dolls, and they dress the baby dolls the same and take them out to like restaurants and stuff and pretend to be parents.
Yeah, of course.
Our dream is to be pregnant together at the same time. When was this article? January of this year. So I guess they still haven't gotten pregnant.
It's very strange. Like there's quite a lot of stories about twins or sisters dating the same guy.
Yeah, that's mad. But would you surely the best way, just thinking about this logically, right, would be to be artificially inseminated.
Yeah.
They really want it to be at the same time.
Yeah, I suppose
it don't have to be to the minute, does it? I guess.
I don't know if they actually do want to be to the minute. Even I'm sure even maybe like a day or two would probably be all right. But
a day or two is
they
not
just want
acceptable.
To be pregnant at the same time. I think.
Yeah. How similar would those kids be?
I think they would be genetically the same as brother and sister or brother and brother.
Technically,
because I think I read before that if you have a set of twins and then they partner with another set of twins, if you had like male twins and female twins and they partnered off together,
that also I've seen articles of that.
Their kids would be genetically brother and sister, but obviously they're technically just cousins to each other. They're not brother and sister; they're cousins. But genetically they're actually brother and sister. Like they've got the same amount of they share the same amount of DNA as a normal brother and sister do. I think.
Well,
that's crazy. We'll send our Australian correspondent Lloyd to go and check it out.
So in theory, that their kids would also look really fucking. If they were born at the same time and that, they would look really fucking similar, wouldn't they? They must do.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Genetically, like
I guess they would look
like
the
brothers and
same
sisters
as
do.
brothers and sisters. Because I don't know if you
don't necessarily look the same as you. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because if you're twin, you'd think you'd have. Oh yeah, because
But they're not necessarily giving birth to twins.
Yeah, because the same people have children
that look different. Yeah.
Like no one looks the same as their brother. Exactly.
No, not exactly the same.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Next, quick.
George.
Mexican president posts photo of what he claims is an elf.
Oh, I have this one.
Mexico. It's pretty self-explanatory. Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador said the photo appeared to show an alux, a creature from Yucatan folklore. So he posted this photo on his social media accounts on Saturday, showing what he appeared to be a mythological woodland spirit.
Oh,
there was a spirit in here as well.
Yeah.
Similar to an elf. And I've got a photo of his post. It's in Spanish and no hablo español. So, unfortunately, I can only show you the photo. But this is the picture the president of Mexico posted on his Twitter.
Yeah. So the one on the right is like a carving.
So there's a carving on the right, like an old rock carving of this mythological creature.
Okay.
That must have been carved by.
And what's the one on the left then?
That is the same thing. But
what?
I've got a translation if you want.
Oh yeah.
He says, I share 2 photos of our supervision of the Mayan train works. One taken by an engineer 3 days ago, apparently from an alux. Another by Diego Prieto of a splendid pre-Hispanic sculpture in Ecbacam. Everything is mystical.
So on the left
is a tree. It's a tree.
No, but can you see the thing in the tree?
There's a creature in the tree.
It
looks like it's got a towel on his head.
But it's part of the tree.
No, that's an elf.
That's an elf in the tree.
Oh.
Like that's a thing.
That's a alux
perched on the tree.
Oh, I see.
And then the thing on the right is just an old sculpture of this mythological.
Of what he says is the same thing.
Yeah.
I see.
What do you mean? What he says is that it is the same thing.
Like, how can you deny that evidence?
Yeah, obviously.
So I think it went viral a little bit.
Have we spoke about that whole elves sort of YouTube sensation?
Elves YouTube sensation.
Must be you.
Yeah, I was getting a buzz.
Yeah. There's like a thing that it's like this guy claims to be like an elf hunter.
No.
I think I was going to do it as a topic. And I'll bring it up.
Have you seen that really old video where it's like everyone in the hood has seen a leprechaun?
Oh, yeah.
I saw the leprechaun. And it's like, I don't know if it's real.
I think
like a
the
sketch.
I think it's real, but it was like a hoax, and the whole community, like the whole thing of that area, were like
all in on it.
Yeah,
that's great. That's even better.
That's good.
It's like, they're all in like just a urban kind of area in America, and everyone's like, I saw the leprechaun the other night, and they're just being like funny for the camera.
But there's this one guy,
it's like a news report or something.
Yeah, it's like, who else seen the leprechaun? And everyone's like,
there's another part, like in the news report, they find this guy who says he's like a leprechaun expert, a leprechaun hunter, and he's dressed all in like camouflage, like playing it completely straight, like talking about how he's going to capture the leprechaun, and like he's doing a neighbourhood watch for the area in case the leprechaun comes back and stuff. It's really, it's like a good little. I think that was like an old viral video, maybe like
old,
Double Rainbow,
and
that sort of era of YouTube.
Yeah, very early.
Well, it's not worth doing a whole episode about. I remembered, that's why I didn't. But so the thing with the elf, there's like this. It might be more than one channel. There's at least one channel, and it's almost like that. Like on Reddit, some people do like a sort of thing where everyone knows the thing you're talking about is a story, but they've like believe that it's real, almost like like kayfabe in wrestling.
Okay,
it's like the general consensus that
like an urban legend.
We know it's fake, but we sort of enjoy it, pretending it's real,
like backrooms type thing.
Yeah, I guess, but like. So it's like this guy, he's out hunting elves and he claims to like see them. Oh, there's one, and it's like some CGI of an elf running about, but like he's very much playing it like this is a real thing and I'm an elf hunter.
Is it an older guy?
An older guy, but maybe a big beard and stuff maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like an elf hunter.
I feel like I've seen...
Yeah, or it might be fairies, he says. It might be it's fairies or elves or something like that. I think it's fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone in the comments are like, "Oh wow," and stuff. I don't know whether it's like people like showing it to their kids and
maybe.
But like, he seems good. Like, you got to know this is a trail of like, and he makes it like proper, like it's real. And like,
I feel like maybe like Vice or someone have interviewed him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
vaguely stirs my mind. I can remember when I was younger, my sisters loved fairies. My parents used to pretend there was fairies at the end of the garden.
Classic,
because there was like there's like a classic thing from the 1800s where these two girls did like a hoax of and there was a film about it.
Yeah,
so my sisters used to love this film.
Yeah,
and then my mum used to write like post-it notes and do tiny writing on the post-it notes.
Yeah, nice.
And like leave messages.
That's good.
That was good.
We used to do that for the tooth fairy.
Yeah.
We'd leave a tooth out and my mum, I later found out, fucking lying bitch, would write tiny little writing, would write these little letters that were from the tooth fairy, and obviously we'd be lit.
Just mad. Like, I could never do it.
It's about the tooth castle they were building. I remember one day I found the jar of teeth, which my mum had kept for some odd reason.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? Teeth, jar of bait. I remember being like, I was thinking, my first like illusions were shattered.
Yeah, my mum's got my umbilical cord still.
That is weird.
That's a bit weird, isn't it? Like a bit of it. She might even have my foreskin. Who knows?
Next.
Next.
You might have seen this one because it was going around on TikTok and stuff. It's an old story from like the 90s when the police wanted to catch some criminals and they had all the names and last known addresses of these criminals that were on the run. Some of them like murderers and thieves and whatever. And they kept going to their addresses and they're not there. They can't get a hold of them. So they sent out some letters saying, "You've won some tickets to the Washington Redskins game," who at the time were like really big team, and just come down to the stadium and we'll make sure that it's actually you who've won, or just come down to the stadium to collect your free tickets or whatever. Yeah. And they had so they sent it out to 3,000 people.
I guess that's not entrapment either, is it? Because it's not like they're trying to set them up for a crime. They're just trying to get them.
Yeah. And there's some really good video. Like there was a news report of it, and there's a massive queue of people. Like hundreds of people were queuing up, being like, "I won the tickets to the Redskins game," and there's people checking them in. Like there's cheerleaders there, but they're police officers pretending to be cheerleaders. There's a mascot who's actually a police officer.
And all the people queuing up are criminals.
I think maybe there might have been some people in on it, but they were police.
Yeah.
And what happens is they go through, it looks like they're in like a massive like hotel lobby or something, but I imagine it's maybe a part of the stadium or just a big room that they've hired or something. And they're like, they queue up and then they bring their ID to prove it's them. And then they read out the ID, so they'll be like, "Oh yeah, like John Johnson lives down Johnson Avenue," and they're radioing to the police who are sitting in another room, confirming the records. Like, yes, this person is a criminal. The person who lives on Johnson Avenue is a criminal.
Yeah,
but they're pretending that they're radioing to the ticket all for it. Like, I don't know, like the person dish out a ticket. Yeah, you are a winner. Just go through into that room.
Brilliant.
So they go into this room where there's loads of chairs sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do we're going to give you like a little private show and then you're going to get your tickets." So everyone's sitting there, they're all buzzing, and then just tons of armed police come through the doors, like, pin them to the ground and arrest them. And they just completely set them up.
And they just do that one by one. Like,
yeah. Now it says they dished out 3,000 tickets, but it says they only managed to arrest 100. But they did manage to, I think 2 of them, it said, were murderers. And then there's like, so it wasn't just like, I don't know, people who had like not paid their parking tickets and stuff. Like it was actual real deal criminals. But yeah, it was,
that's mad,
really fucking clever.
Yeah, it's really.
I reckon you could get away with that today.
That's I think that's what this this article's saying. I think this article is basically just this Daily Star. They've just like scanned the comments of this TikTok and taken points from there.
But because it's not entrapment, is it? You're not setting them up for a crime.
No,
you're just getting them.
Yeah,
just catching them.
Just good detective work.
Yeah, it's more for them for fucking turning up.
Yeah, 100 fugitives were arrested, including 2 murderers. They thought Christmas had come early and were sadly disappointed. So naturally, of course, there were plenty of commenters who were left asking whether or not this sort of sting operation could be pulled off today.
People would just post about it, wouldn't they? And the word would get out that it wasn't real. Is more likely to be the failure of it, I'd think, rather than it.
Yeah.
People were saying, they need to do this again. Whoever came up with it must have got a big bonus this year.
Yeah.
Another noted that even a police officer dressed up in a chicken costume was strapped with a firearm, while another took a shot at Manchester City, writing, the Premier League champions should give this a go in an effort to try and fill out empty seats at the end. Football better. But yeah, it's I don't know. I like that story.
I do like that story.
That is good. So there is a video of it.
Yeah. It would have been on the screen.
Okay, I'll look forward to seeing it on the video.
Rewind. Yeah. If you weren't watching, rewind 2 minutes and watch it.
Yeah.
I'll be doing that.
Next, George.
28 schoolgirls rushed to hospital after playing with a Ouija board in class.
Oh.
The girls are believed to have been using an Ouija board on school grounds shortly before the mass event that put 28 of them in hospital after they showed signs of fainting and anxiety. This was in Colombia. Dozens of schoolgirls have been hospitalised after they lost consciousness while using an Ouija board. The school's directors... An Ouija board.
I'm actually not 100% sure how you say it, but I don't think it's that, but not enough to truly cane you for it.
An
Ouija board.
No, it's just Ouija.
I think it's just... I think the O is silent.
Ouija board.
So
I think there's a lot of letters that are silent in that word.
Ouija.
I think it's just,
Ouija.
I think I've always said Ouija.
Yeah, I've always said Ouija board.
Yeah, but a Ouija board is the combination of we, and ya. So yes and yes in French and German. A Ouija.
Yeah, but you just said we.
Where are you
getting that from? You just said it yourself. You went we and ya, and then you went Oujia.
I don't fucking know. 1, I'm not French. 2, I'm not German. And 3, I'm not a Ouija board. I'm not a spook expert.
I mean, of all the words that George pronounces wrong, this one we can let slide, I think.
And I'm not that confident.
Ouija.
Yeah, we could be completely wrong.
I'm going to say that Ouija is the correct. Have you got...
Ouija is what I'm saying is correct. You said Ouija.
Ouija.
No, it's not. You just said it's 2 times different. Right, well, you're chatting shit. I'm going to get it up. Yeah.
Anyway, so the school's directors and concerned teachers accompanied the students to the hospital. Hugo Torres, the head of the Galeras Educational Institution, said in a video statement that the parents and guardians were informed that the girls were taken to hospital and they were still waiting for an update.
Doesn't get out, by the way, Tom. I got no.
Fine.
Yeah.
One mother urged other parents to look into why so many children were hospitalised at once. I don't know why obviously it's the Ouija board.
Well, obviously.
She says, our children always have a good breakfast, and it cannot be said that what's happening is due to lack of food, which seems oddly specific. Like she's trying to cover the fact that she doesn't feed her children before they go to school.
And she doesn't know that all the children in the class have a good breakfast.
Just strange. Hugo Torres, who's the director of school, urged parents to stay level-headed following the release of the news. Given the reported cases, a series of comments were unleashed on the community that, rather than helping to resolve the situation, led to confusion and an adverse environment for our work. So he's trying to avoid speaking about Ouija boards.
So they did it whilst at school?
At school.
Is it a boarding school, wasn't it? Or they did
just a normal school?
Ouija boarding school.
In the playground, isn't
it? Yeah, so police are investigating. The Daily Star end this by saying, they're trying to link, trying to get like a CTA people to stay with them. They say, while the schoolgirls may have had a close encounter with paranormal forces, at least they aren't being haunted by a dark spirit like Nick Summers is. The Daily Star reported in late February that Nick Summers and his wife had to flee 2 homes because he was supposedly being tormented by an aggressive spirit.
What's that got to do with anything?
Who may have latched onto him after he died 3 times following a work accident.
What the fuck's that got to do with anything? Where have they brought that up from?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to keep people reading.
Yeah.
Right.
The couple claimed to have captured CCTV footage of the cruel ghoul moving objects across their home.
All right.
Cruel ghoul.
I've got a Ouija board story.
Yeah?
I might have told this before, but at my sister's old school, the Greys convent.
Nuns.
Yeah, so it was like a nun school.
Yeah.
Some nuns still taught there at the time, I think. I don't know what they do now. Denise Van Outen went there as well. And Joe from S Club 7. But anyway.
Tell you what.
I know, big names.
Yeah.
But there was a bus crash. So there was like the school bus that you have. And it didn't probably crash, but like it hit a branch and like took a load of the fucking roof, like came off. Like double-decker bus. And the girls like that were on this bus had played a Ouija board the day before or something, everyone said. Yeah.
Was that it?
That's it. Yeah, that's all.
Did anyone get hurt? Like,
I don't think anyone. I like a bit bashed up, maybe. I don't think anyone was like life-changing injuries or anything.
Did they get like a message saying?
I don't even know if the Ouija board said anything about a bus crash. It was just that was the rumor that went around that like
you might want to branch out.
Yeah, because it was like the naughty girls as well. The naughty girls played the Ouija board because obviously that was like mental to do that in the convent.
Yeah,
like, you were fucked. Like. And then there was this bus crash. They're like, that's what happens when you play the Ouija board. I thought I was any Scottish nuns. All nuns are Scottish. No, I was trying to go for Irish. All nuns are Irish, aren't they?
All nuns are Irish.
That's a fact. Yeah,
that is a fact.
Hell, you weird laddie. No, that's Scottish as well. How does Irish go?
I don't know.
Give me a pint of fucking Guinness.
Don't be playing with a Ouija board.
Don't be playing
with a Ouija board while you're at the convent, because the bus will hit a tree and your head will be flying down the road. There
you go. Hold on. Next.
That's good. So there's obviously a stigma about men that drive fast sports cars or big cars that they've got a small dick, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's not a stigma.
My car is incredibly slow. Let's add this.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you've got an absolute monstrosity.
Well, this article here, scientists prove the link between perceived penis size and sports cars. Yeah. So, British scientists believe they have established a link. Same thing again. Investigating whether there is any truth to the cliche that a man driving an expensive sports car is compensating for his male inadequacy. A team from the Department of Experimental Psychology at UCL surveyed 200 men aged 18 to 74. So
huge, got a huge.
It's a wide
survey base.
Yeah, I mean they got a wide age range, but only 200 men. But they claim to have established a casual psychological link between fast cars and small penises.
Causal.
So the way they done this experiment was
causal. Yeah, it's not casual. Probably says causal, doesn't it?
If you're going to pull me up on Ouija board.
It says casual.
Yeah?
I've highlighted it.
Is this the Daily Star?
No, read that.
That says casual, yeah.
Does it say casual?
It's probably meant to mean causal.
It's probably meant to be causal, yeah.
Or maybe
it's just casual.
Like cunts.
Maybe that's what they're saying. Like it's not a hard.
Oh yeah, maybe
it's just casual.
We just casually done this survey. Yeah,
chilled lab.
But it does. They have spelled it wrong. Anyway, their report titled "Small Penises and Fast Cars" explains they made male participants believe they have relatively small or large penises by giving them false information about the average size of other men. So they told one group that the average penis size was 7 inches, and they told the others that it was 4 inches. Then they rated sports cars as more desirable if they had a small penis. So they basically told them, oh, by the way, average penis size is 7 inches, average penis size is 4 inches. Then they gave them a bunch of cars and said, like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? And then they rated sports cars as more desirable when they were made to feel they had a small penis, particularly those over the age of 30.
That's the worst experiment I've ever fucking heard.
What did they think the experiment was?
And like, who doesn't already like know the average penis size? Like,
yeah, everyone's Googled it, right?
Yeah,
5.
But like, once the people are told,
I think so.
Once the
what do you think?
I don't know actually. Yeah,
I think it's like 5.5. Well, 5.25.
I had 5.2 in my head.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere between 1 and 6. Somewhere in that age range, that bracket. So those the people being surveyed, the guys being surveyed, obviously once they are told average penis size, and then immediately they're asked about fast
They probably didn't do it
cars,
immediately.
they're probably like, hang on a minute.
They said the trial manipulated self-esteem in different ways and measured ratings for other luxury products, but found no connection between anatomy and the desire to own objects. Participants were presented with misleading information about personal finance, friendship, charity work, and physical health, but none of those factors increased their desire to own a sports car. Scientists expected their findings to continue to be reflected in dad jokes,
Who does
but believe
this?
the luxury automotive industry may be unwilling to acknowledge this link.
What scientists were doing this shit? Like,
The Department of Experimental Psychology at the University College of London.
so
This
it's
is where
some
our
students.
taxes are
It must
going.
be.
Yeah,
must
is
be
it students? It's like a
must be.
student thing, surely.
Must be.
I guess so.
Like for their thesis.
I'd love to do that though.
That sounds like a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, would
Yeah.
be good.
Did you ever do any like experiment? I did like some psychology experiments at uni, and we got paid like 50 quid or something.
I don't think I
No,
ever
I
did.
got uni.
no.
Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah.
what them were.
Was it a memory?
Yeah. No, you read about that? It was like some like psychology experiments that were done on people in like it's what is it they called one of the things that people was a big conspiracy but turned out to be real, like
MK Ultra.
Mhm.
I was like, I think it was like around that sort of time, or like a similar sort of thing where like this guy did these like brutal psychological experiments on these university students and like
Oh yeah, is it the Sanford
yeah,
experiment
that's
where
it,
they
yeah.
were? It was basically like Lord of the Flies, where they were put into a. There was like groups of students. Some were like the guards. Some were, not prisoners, but like.
no, there's that.
you
And they
think of
went
something
fucking
else.
mad, didn't
Yeah,
they? Killed them. Yeah.
I don't think anyone died, but
I
they
think
were like.
people did die, or like at least got brutalized.
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah.
Fuck,
No,
yeah.
not that. No, it's just something it was like two people sat down, like talking.
Oh, and then was it like an electric? Someone's getting electrocuted in the
No,
other
there's
room.
that one when they see whether,
I know that
or not
one.
you'll
Yeah.
kill someone. Yeah,
Yes,
they've
yeah.
like repeated that recently, haven't they, or something?
Think so, yeah.
No, this was just like two people sat up each other, and someone just like basically just being really fucking horrible to them or something, like and saying some really. Oh, I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
I don't think I'd recognise that.
I bet Basie Josh knows what I'm talking about.
Well, Basie Josh.
Shout,
that's nice.
Basie Josh, text in and tell me what I'm talking about.
Text the past.
Well, yeah,
I didn't go-
I'm not expecting to get it now, but
Oh, the phone didn't go off.
future reference.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Small dick, fast car.
You next.
Well, who's got the slowest car here?
That's got to be Rob, isn't
It's
it?
me, isn't it? It's got to be. me.
Yeah, but it's big. It makes up for it. So because it's
It's not how it works, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I'd say-
no, it's
We
not.
know
Like,
it's like I feel like
it's not like a truck.
I feel like it's also like in America they have like big.
I was
like,
going to say,
big
but
truck.
that's like
Yeah.
trucks. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
a truck, is it?
No,
So it's me.
You've got the fastest car, I reckon, so
really?
Yeah, I
Mine
think
and your
so.
car
yeah.
not equivalent.
Nah. I'm middle of the road.
My car's not fast.
Faster than mine.
Tops out at 112, I think, miles an hour.
Come on, George. What you got?
I don't, because I'm in kilometres, aren't I?
Oh, okay. It was 170 kilometers, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's quicker than
So
mine.
tested it on the autobahn.
I reckon if I drove 170 kilometres, my wheels would fall off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
All right. I've got the smallest dick.
that's official. That is official
official,
Curios Cast
Sure,
fact.
yep.
Yeah. That'll be coming to merch soon.
Next.
This is a bit of you.
Right.
I don't mean this in a bad way.
Okay. Great. It's going to be bad then, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it?
Brit, who drinks own urine, says it makes him look 10 years younger.
Sick. This is a
And
bit of me.
yeah.
this is a bit
The
of me.
reason is, for listeners who don't know, Rob infiltrated a
Rob loves a bit of drinking piss.
yeah, he infiltrated a Facebook group for drinking piss.
You still in that?
I don't know, actually. Yeah, it just made me think now. I don't know.
the check.
I haven't seen it come up recently. I wonder what old Rashak Maulodder's up to. still just advising people to drink through nose and, what does he say? Drink fresh urine through nostrils.
Awful, isn't it?
That's his advice
Through
for
nostrils.
that was his advice for everything. Everything. It was like, drink fresh urine through nostrils.
So he's like a proponent of fresh urine. That guy, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Or yeah. I don't think he'd say aged.
Because there was
I think it was
other
always
people
fresh.
that we've spoken about that were
Or
like
maybe he'd say
aged urine.
Big hype on the aged.
Yeah, so this guy, he's all about the aged.
read the title again. I know we're talking about piss and I've already forgot what you
Yeah,
said.
Brit who drinks own urine says it makes him look 10 years
Right,
younger.
okay. So it's just a general hype
Yeah.
on the.
He splashes
therapy,
splashes it on his face and prefers the taste when it is aged.
What's it they call it again? They call it something. They don't call it urine therapy. There's another name for it. Is it in there? Does he get to that? The group's called something. I've already forgot.
Yes, he calls it urine therapy.
Yeah, okay. It'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, carry on.
So yeah, it says it splashes the product on his face and prefers the taste when it's aged. I just want to show you a picture of what he's drinking.
A lot of them call it orin as well. They call the piss orin for some reason.
Yeah?
Yeah, like
Weird.
aged orin. I think they've made it up so they don't call it piss.
It's just a shame that when I've downloaded this, it's split the image, but the colour of the piss he's drinking.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
I've seen it. And look at the sediment in the bottom of that jar.
Why is that so dark?
Yeah, that's fucking
That's Guinness.
Aged urine.
But does your urine change colour when you... Well, who knows? I mean, who's ever aged their urine?
But look at the sediment in the bottom of that glass.
Yeah, that's horrible, man.
Like, surely that's not healthy, having sediment in your piss.
No.
Nah.
Anyway.
Well, we've all probably got sediment in our piss if you like let it settle. Like if you pissed in a glass and then just left it for I don't know how long, even like a few days or a week, I reckon there'd be like sediment.
You reckon? But what would that be though? Just like mineral buildup.
I don't know.
Strange.
Yeah, I've seen this guy.
I think
actually I've seen this guy talking Shivambu. That's what they call it. Shivambu. I've seen this guy talking in the Shivambu group.
Oh yeah.
About I think someone be like, people were maybe like caning him off for like doing an article about it, or it was definitely discussed in the group, and I feel like he was discussing it.
Okay,
he's in the group.
So he claims his name's Harry Matadine. Although I don't know if that rings any bells. He drinks his own urine and he claims the practice has cured his depression and works as an anti-aging product on his skin. First started drinking his urine in the summer of 2016 as he was open-minded and desperate to heal from his mental health struggles, including social anxiety, something he says was cured almost immediately.
See, I would think if you were someone that drank their piss, that wouldn't make me think I'm going to go down the pub now.
I think it'd be harder to make sense.
Anyway.
So this is Harry. Yeah, this is Harry out and about with some of his aged urine.
I've 100% seen this guy. Yeah.
I mean, that looks like it's...
Why is he knocking about with it as well?
Yeah, very cloudy, very...
Yeah, if you're going to do it, why don't you just drink it at home?
Yeah.
Why?
He carries it about in case he needs another dose.
And why does he need to have a beard like that whilst drinking his own piss?
What's that? What, you be worried about it getting the beard? And,
because
I think if you're drinking the piss, getting it in your beard is the least of your worries. Yeah, and surely he's rubbing it into his skin. He's good for his beard. Oh. He must think he's good for his beard.
But sure, does he not? He must smell. He must stink. He must stink like an old tramp.
Yeah, and I always wonder this when people talk about like soaking it into your skin. They say like get a flannel and like soak it in. The maddest one is people fucking put it in their eyes. But like, this one guy said about having like piss goggles, like filling goggles with piss, and it's to get, they say you look up and you see like little things, those little like wormy guys. You ever do that?
Little floaters, yeah.
Little floaters.
Yeah.
And they say like, putting the piss in your eyes gets rid of them. It's like, well, whoever said there's anything wrong with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're meant to have them. Maybe.
Yeah, it's just like, anyway.
So I guess Harry Matadine probably does piss goggles, but
piss goggles is the best, isn't it? It's like that. It's like I feel like that's someone trolling the group, like saying I've done piss goggles. Like, I don't think it is though.
So what I can say for definite with Harry Matadine is that he enjoys 200 millilitres of the beverage every day, most of it up to a month old, but topped up with fresh.
Oh, okay.
So he's mixing, much like people blend wines. He's blending his urine.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know people blend wines.
Yeah. Fresh urine is never bad as you imagine, he says. It is neutral smelling and not a bad taste unless you are really toxic. But the aged urine is always smelly and the taste is refined and an acquired one.
Oh, right. Like a connoisseur, only a piss connoisseur would like that. Okay.
I'll just say it takes some getting used to. So he's actually admitting there that it's fucking horrible.
Well, a lot of people talk about in the group as well about how it ain't pleasant, and you're like, but it's not why you don't drink it because you love the taste of piss. You drink it because it sorts you out.
Yeah,
and they say like, I had to hold my nose at first, and a few people are like, but I'm used to it now. Do you think salty? Apparently,
do you think it'd be worse cold or room temperature or warmed up like a hot toddy?
Yeah, I reckon.
Nah, it'd have to be cold, so it reminds you less of piss.
Yeah, and so cold that you can't actually taste it that much. Like a lot of the unenjoyment is coming from it being too cold, like rather than
so like it shocks you on the ice with ice in it. Even you can put ice in it to dilute it.
Yeah, that's a good
but like
you'd have to
put
get
it in the freezer. You know, just at the point
about to freeze. Yeah.
Like a Pimm's, like a nice ice cold Pimm's on a warm day.
Yeah.
That actually has got the colour of Pimm's that he's got there.
So you could trick yourself into thinking it was a nice Pimm's, yeah.
However, he does say that there's a lot of benefits, but one of the big downsides is that he's received a lot of backlash from family members.
Yeah.
Family never approve of it and thought it was disgusting.
Yep.
From the beginning, my sister doesn't speak to me. And one reason is my partaking in urine therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
That says a lot there.
Yeah. I've chosen all my friends now, and all of them either do aged fresh urine therapy or approve of it. If they didn't, I wouldn't have them as friends. Simple as that.
And that's your choice.
Yeah.
To not have them as friends.
Yeah. He says, urine has made me look a lot younger. Drinking the aged urine has revitalised my face to its youthful years. And when I rub it in my face, the difference is instant and obvious. My skin is young, soft and glowing. It's just wet. Aged urine is the best food for the skin that I have found to date. When you rub it on, it softens the skin and keeps it youthful and elastic. And there's another photo that'll be up on the screen here. This is a selection of different ages, I guess, blends.
Lovely.
I mean, one thing that I find strange is that when I wee, even when I'm really dehydrated, I don't think I ever produce anything like the third bottle in.
No, that's bad. But is that because it's aged? Does it change colour on that?
Yeah, I can only assume
so.
But if it's stored,
let's find out.
Yeah, I don't know, like tannins in it.
They talk about sometimes where they call it looping, which makes me laugh, and like where you don't drink anything else and you drink your own piss.
Yeah,
Obviously, you're looping it, cycling through it.
This is a bit gross. It says, sometimes when I'm at a urinal and no one is watching, I'll cup my hand and splash the fresh urine I am excreting onto my face.
That's so fucking grim.
That's fucking grim, isn't it?
Because it's just going to go everywhere.
I know,
So what is he like down the pub? Like,
and also, so in this photo,
hands.
this photo here, he's got like a one. I can't remember the type of jacket, but it's one that it's probably got like down in it or like synthetic down.
Yeah, like a puffer jacket.
So if he's doing that, he's getting piss all over that, soaking in. Yeah, it's going to be very stinky. Unfortunately, his dreams have been dashed by one of these pesky doctors. You know, GP Dr. Jeff Foster says of Harry's regimen, urine is a waste product that contains about 90% water. The rest is ammonia and salts, some bacteria and other waste. There are no known reported health benefits from either drinking or rubbing your own urine into your body, open bracket, or anyone else's urine, close bracket.
Do you reckon the reason why these people think drinking piss is good for them is because they start drinking piss and then they think, oh, my piss is really dark and it's tasting pretty grim. I better drink more water to produce more higher quality piss or like more enjoyable piss. And then they just start feeling better because they're drinking more water. And then when you drink your own piss, like that doctor just said, it's 90% water anyway. So it's not that bad for you.
Yeah.
So then they're basically just drinking more water.
Just being really hydrated.
Yeah.
Well, I have another theory around that as well. Yeah, I think that is also it. But also, people that talk about doing this thing, they all seem to say like, I'm switching to change. They change up their diet,
change their diet and their lifestyle. Switch to like
doing
no fap.
They switch to like loads of fruit and veg and like they might have been eating that before. So it's like, well, that's probably why you feel better, mate.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The doctor ends by saying, "Waste is waste. It's as simple as that." That's it. That's the official last word of the GP.
I'm glad that urine therapy's come up once again.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that I agree with rubbing piss all over yourself.
That's a controversial take, George.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird, especially doing it like when you're in the urinal as well. That's fucking horrible.
That is horrible. Yeah,
I like what you're saying. This like there was any debate amongst us.
But I mean, normally,
do you want to fight about it?
I think like normally,
sides,
normally we're like pretty open-minded about people can do whatever they want.
No, not me.
Like whatever. But it's just weird. I just don't understand why anyone can be so sure of it.
It's a strange thing to have decided that.
Yeah.
Like we say, it's probably just. It's
also like making it your identity as well. I'm a piss drinker
now. I'm going to go and do a news article about it.
Yeah.
How much do you get paid for that?
Probably a fair wedge, maybe.
Tenner, nah.
Daily Star, is it? Oh no, this is Wales Online.
Oh fuck! Oh, they love it. They love it. Yeah,
well,
they love a Curios episode, don't they? Wales Online.
I've got kind of a sad one.
Oh, end on a sad one.
Oh, I was going to say we've made it to the last one, but
I was going to bring it.
Sad.
I was going to bring this. It's a few months old, but I didn't want to bring down the mood on the Christmas episode. Okay. It didn't seem to fit.
I've got we can end on a short, funny one.
All right, good.
That guy who lived in an airport for years and years and years.
Oh yeah.
He finally died.
Oh,
so finally, like we're waiting, but like the guy who lived in the airport has died.
Yeah.
He was the guy who like inspired the film Terminal, and what's crazy is, so I mean, the whole thing's crazy anyway. He lived in an airport for 18 years. Like,
that's crazy.
That's so long. Like in the film, he does it for like a few years or something.
I don't think they make it that long.
Maybe not even a year. I don't know. But like,
no, they make it a few years.
He lives there for a long time. But when you think about 18 years, he lived in this airport from
a whole person that can drink.
Yeah, 1988 to 2006. A lot happens in that time.
Fucking lot happens in that time. Yeah, a lot changes in the world that you don't experience. As well.
I wonder what it was like during 9/11. He was living in an airport. Everything shut. Was it in the US? The airport.
Paris.
I was in Paris. I was going to say that if it was in the US,
must have noticed some change.
Everything closed down. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if flights were still going from Paris.
Yeah, but what was crazy is that he.
In the film, is in America, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. In the film, he's like, they make up a country.
Oujia.
That's it. Yeah. But yeah, he's in America. But anyway, he after 2006, he got out of the airport somehow and went on living his life. He returns to the airport in the last couple of weeks before he died. Like he's been living in this place, that place. He said he lived in like a homeless shelter for a bit. He lived in a hotel near the airport. I don't really think he had much of a, direction in life.
Yeah.
And then he decided to go back and live at the airport. He lived at the airport for 2 or 3 weeks and then died.
Oh.
Huh. Was he Iranian, wasn't he?
He was Iranian, yeah.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
What's his name?
Like he went back to die.
It's like elephants. Like
Moran.
Yeah. We should be able to say that.
I was going to say some sort of animal, yeah.
Sorry, we've interrupted. What was his name?
Moran Karimi Nassari.
Rest in peace.
In peace, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm sure that we discussed that, but I think the guy we spoke about dying was the guy that didn't wash.
Yeah, we spoke about him
to wash, and then he died.
And I think this guy died at a similar time, and I didn't want it to be a too death-heavy episode. Yeah. We have spoke about this guy before, and that's why.
We spoke about a few people. There was it's not entirely uncommon, is it? That people like.
Yeah, wasn't there like a Chinese guy who was just like doing it to avoid his family? He just didn't want to.
Oh yeah, it was something like that. Yeah,
sounds right.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
But the elephant thing's interesting.
Right,
elephant graveyards.
It is
very interesting.
Yeah,
and when they go, it's like a social knowledge that elephants have, that when they're old and dying, they leave the herd because they're going to be a burden with. But they go to specific areas to die,
mad, isn't it?
And that's what an elephant graveyard is. Crazy. And then elephants, they go back to mourn. I mean, they mourn elephants that die, but they go back and
visit the elephant graveyard.
They go back like on the day.
Yeah, on the day.
They'll go back on the day a year later to mourn, like on the anniversary of death. And they ain't got calendars and that. Like, how do they do that?
Yeah, they're much smarter than us.
Yeah, they might have a calendar in their trunk.
Maybe. Could be a lot up there.
Right, anyway, last cheerful end.
Yep.
I'll give you a choice. So
just pick.
Right, well, I'll do the most recent one.
Go on in.
So this is something I saw this morning. You used to enjoy that.
No, we never enjoyed
anyway. This is something I saw this morning, and maybe a lot of people have also seen it. I saw it on Twitter. And this was a tweet about MOT advisories.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen
this. Sounds shit.
No. You know, like when you go and get a car, your MOT.
Oh, okay.
And it might say...
Yeah. I'm very familiar.
Cam belt, blah, 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 rear headlight. These
I
cars
did see this.
Yeah, these cars have got things like that.
Excessive wear on.
Yeah, but they've also got things like owner is a nonce
What?
written in as an advisory.
What?
And I think this went sort of semi-viral, but I looked up online and there's forums going back, years and years and years to the early 2000s of MOT advisories that people have found.
Yeah.
Because you can just put your number plate in or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they're
Of
all
people
shop online
saying-
now then, do they? Yeah.
Yeah, and people have, and it just says like, owner is a dick, car shit colour, all these like weird.
That's
I guess
amazing.
maybe you wouldn't look when you get your MOT done. Maybe you don't see the advisory, or
But you
I don't
do.
know.
You just maybe don't. Most people
Yeah,
don't
if
really
they tell
study
you
it.
it's
Yeah.
passed, it's like, and then they probably tell you over the phone or whatever and say,
You got an
Yeah.
advisory on something. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily look
Look at the rest of the
certificate,
advice. Yeah. So these are just a few from this website. So this was a Land Rover Discovery. It's done 192,000 miles. This was MOT done in 2016. Advisory notice items. Front headlamp has a product on the lens, but not seriously reducing light. Car is a horrible colour. Owner is idiot. Another one, Volkswagen Polo. This one. No other advisories. Owner looks like a pretty normal guy, which is a bit of a strange one.
Strange one.
Yeah. Another Volkswagen Polo. Advisory says owner resembles Susan Boyle. Full transit. Owner looks like Shrek. Another Land Rover just says nonce. There's loads of them, but the nonce one was my favourite.
Yeah,
There was also
that's
another
the only
one.
I saw.
There's another one says owner is a right MILF.
Oh yeah.
No, owner is a MILF. Owner is a dick, but his wife's fit. And I'd never
Surely,
heard
like
that.
you're asking someone to come back to the garage and fucking.
But again, like I said, you just
Yeah,
don't
maybe
see
you don't
the
notice, yeah.
and it's like an in thing
But
among
it would be like
among
printed.
mechanics.
It would be printed out on it. You'd think, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Maybe it's only
Maybe
the
it's-
advisories.
Yeah, maybe like there's stuff that they can put just internally,
Yeah.
and then it isn't until you look it up, maybe.
Until it's gone online now.
Yeah.
That they've all. Yeah,
But
maybe.
it must be like a little in thing amongst mechanics. Maybe it was like
Yeah.
something that a few people started, and then it's become like this strange thing. But
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, it's funny. There's loads of them. There's a few archives and like threads you can just go on. And it's just got lists of them.
Nice. That was good. Thanks, George.
Yeah,
Thanks for ending on a happy note, like the news.
there you go.
Oh yeah, you bring
Yeah.
it back around,
It's
something cheerful.
Yeah.
This has been Curios Cast News. We hope you have a wonderful evening wherever you are.
That was episode 96 of the Curios Cast.
Yeah.